Welcome back to the Relationship Theory, everybody. My name is Zay. Hey, today we're going to be talking about illumination versus gaslighting. Well, everyone, as you know, here we take thoughts in, we break them down, we build them up, and we play them out. Today is going to be on illumination versus gaslighting, light versus gaslight. So, I want to start off with what light is as we know it, a noun, something bright, something illuminating, right? Illumination is what we're going to want to use for the verb when I'm talking about light. I'm talking about when people give you information, clarity, honesty, when they help you discern something, to understand something that you didn't know before, something that was in the dark that is now come to light, something that wasn't revealed versus now being revealed. Deep inside of everyone is a great source of light. I don't mean to get too magical about this, but I do literally mean that there is a light inside of you. This light just shines on everything that you observe in your daily life, bringing to life concepts that you either don't know or that you do know, and then reflecting them off of something to make something clear that you might not know. It's using previously understood concepts to understand concepts you definitely don't, to make things simple so that you can actually use it and increase on living a better life. So everybody has this great source of light. And what's happening when you observe things and you're looking at things and you're trying to understand more and more is that this light deep inside you is bouncing off of mirrors all day long. All day long, people. When you're looking at someone, you're bouncing a mirror off of something. When you're identifying something, you're bouncing it off of something. When you remember something, you're bouncing your light off of something. It is bouncing off of something all the day long. When it reaches the surface, being your body, then it represents itself somehow, some way, in the way you move, in the way you think, in the way you eat, what you eat, how you eat, where you're going, what you're doing. All of that becomes energy. Light becomes energy. Got it? Okay, cool. Now, I went down a rabbit hole when it came to gaslighting. I know everyone has heard about the movie where the guy is trying to subdue his wife and to gaslight her into making her think she's crazy. But I wanted to go a step further. I wanted to really look at what is a gaslight. If you were using it practically, what would that be? So I found a picture. Well, I didn't find a picture, but I was out working and I found something that was perfect. So this is what would be a gaslight chamber. You see this structure? Whatever would be inside it would be what lights up the chamber, which gives light to anything outside of it. What I want to identify here is that when it comes to gaslighting, what people are doing are putting your light inside of that chamber. Okay, guys? Which means that your light isn't coming from your very own source, your very own being, which means your thoughts are not your own. Your thoughts are only being illuminated, by the chamber that somebody else is placing you in, which also means that their source of light has been constructed into this structure, say, that holds in and controls and maintains the light that is coming out from that chamber. So that's what a gaslight would be. Whatever is supplying the fire, whatever is supplying the light that comes out from this chamber, that is being controlled, that is being maintained. So when someone is gaslighting you, they have you in this chamber. But light doesn't work in chambers as well as it works off of mirrors, as well as it works off of things to bounce off of. Light needs things to bounce off of. Light is always trying to reclaim the surface of something. It's always trying to reveal and identify what it's looking at, what it is observing, what it is on top of. Wherever it goes, it's always trying to reveal things. So when people are gaslighting you, their style of communication isn't going to feel like a mirror. It's not going to feel real. It's not going to feel human. It's not going to feel relatable. There isn't a way that the light is bouncing off of anything. If anything, the way your light comes off to someone who's trying to gaslight you is as if you are in one spot bouncing off of many things and isn't as effective as it can be. And it's not effective because what the person is telling you when they're gaslighting you is that whatever you have is not the way a thing is. You're not doing it the right way. You don't have it set up properly. The way that this thing is supposed to surface is not the way that you're doing it. Essentially putting darkness over your very own source of light that is brimming from within you all of the times, which is trying to identify within you that every single concept that you have ever understood before you met them is wrong. Gaslighting is crazy. So that's the difference between light versus a gaslight. Someone who's actually trying to relate to you and communicate with you are going to be bouncing their own ideas, almost like this. There was a video game that I played, Tales of the Abyss, and I actually have a video that highlights what happens when people are communicating with you and they're using mirrors to do it. They're using relatable ways to communicate. Here's the video.
That should do it. Got a good feeling. Yeah, when you see the camera like that, that means you did it. And that opens that door there.
So you see how it bounces off of the crystals and it continues on lighting things up along the way. And you see how at the end, the door opens. So that's exactly how light works, especially when it's working properly, especially when you're communicating with somebody and they want you to learn and they want to learn themselves. That is the automatic effect. So if you're not getting that in your communication, either daily or when you're working or when you're by yourself, you need to check in with that connection, because that's not the kind of connection that's helping you develop anything that you need to move forward and to open that door. So what do you do when you're being gaslit, everyone? You need to use your mirrors. You need to make sure your mirrors are doubly powerful. What do I even mean by doubly powerful? So to defend yourself against someone who's gaslighting you, what you need to do is make sure that any concept that they're trying to tell you is wrong, that you tell them to back up with their very own concepts, or else you will not be communicating with them. Reflection and relatability does not work when people are telling you what does not work. If you didn't enlist them to be a teacher, they don't have a right to be a teacher. You always have the right to allow someone to teach you. So there's no need to be on guard for everyone who just might gaslight you and just might make you think you're crazy. That's not necessary. You don't need to do it to yourself. Just wait, and when it feels weird, when it doesn't feel the way light normally bounces both in your head and when you're communicating with healthy people, you already know you have a gaslighter on your hands. This is the relationship theory, number 35, light versus gaslight. Enjoy your day.